Hello, everyone. This is Miguel Penna with the Southern Florida Concierge Association. Once again, we had an amazing podcast. We had Ceci from the Ocean Drive Association. We had Gisela from the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. We also had Olee with SuperBlue, a new installation that just started this past Thursday and will go on throughout the entire year. And we also had Manuel with the Black Eyed Peas in concert June 4th. We gave away some amazing tickets. There's a lot of pertinent information that you want to hear about what's going on Memorial Day weekend and beyond. So if you have 45 minutes, click now. Hello and welcome to the SFCA podcast. Our goal is to inspire travel. We want to expose you to what Miami and South Florida has to offer, from Key Biscayne to Coconut Grove, South Beach to Calle Ocho, and everywhere in between. Miami is a vibrant city and offers a wide array of popular attractions and venues. Come join us. All right, we are ready to start. Good morning, everybody. We already have about 20 people on. Thank you for joining us this morning for our monthly call. Today on the call, we have Ceci Velasco with the Ocean Drive Association. We also have Gisela Marti with the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureaus, and our invited guest once again this month is Manuel Molina with the Black Eyed Peas and Olee Fowler with SuperBlue. So we're going to start this morning with Ceci. She's on a bit of a time constraint. As you can see, she's in her studio. If you haven't seen Ceci's show yet, please do so on Facebook. It's 7:30 on Thursdays. It's
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Sorry, Thursdays. It's something you definitely want to watch. And let's get into it. Ceci, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, this is really, it's kind of a great time to be, in Miami and Miami Beach. We're open now and everybody's coming. With that comes a lot of balance and sensitivities. You don't have to wear your mask anymore. Everybody's getting vaccinated, but I know the hospitality workers are wearing their masks. A lot of places are still asking you to wear your mask. I think it's important that we set an example and just try to continue with that high health standard. We do have the Air and Sea show coming this weekend. I have the event. So the Air and Sea show, the sea events are going to start at 11 o'clock and the air events are starting at 12. As you can imagine, you can see, the air show from a great distance. You don't have to be right up front and get tickets, but there are tickets, there are cabanas, there are blankets, there's, you can be right on the sand and participate. There's going to be like displays and concessions, and it's an experience. But you can also be a couple miles away and still see the air show. So take advantage of being able to see this wonderful show that is here to honor our veterans, which is all about Memorial Day. Let's not lose touch with what Memorial Day is about. We're remembering our military. We're remembering those who were brave and fight for us. And it's actually not called the Air and Sea Show. It is called the National Salute to America's Heroes. So if you want to see the actual everything, it's usasalute.com. It ends at 4:30. Some of the displays, the recruiting tents, that kind of thing are going to be open till 6. So there is no concert this year. Remember, it takes months in advance to plan a concert. It takes months in advance to put something like that together. And we were still in COVID. So just to be overly cautious, they didn't book the concert. They were concerned about still groups of people. We have changed the dynamic over the past couple of months. South Beach Food and Wine Festival happened with the limited capacity and a lot of very strong guidelines. That was very successful last weekend, and we were able to see how we could manage the big crowds. There is going to be a loop. The loop has, I don't know if anybody, I'm sure if you've been around, you understand what the loop is, but what it is for those who don't know is when you're getting off the MacArthur Causeway, you end up not being able to get off into the side streets. You need to show that you're a hotel guest or a restaurant guest or that you have event tickets. Otherwise, you just end up staying on Collins and looping. This year, it's going to go further north. It's looping to 17th Street and then coming right back down Washington, which is now 2-lane. They've changed the dynamic a little bit of Washington Avenue just to handle, the capacity of the people that are coming in. And then you loop out. And some people find that that's good enough. That's part of what they want to do for their weekend is just kind of do the loop and then leave. But this way, they're able to manage that crowd of people that are coming in. But it's a great time for a staycation as well, although I know our hotels are almost fully occupied.
Perfect. Where exactly is the actual show taking place?
Well, on Ocean Drive in Lummis Park. Yeah. So everything's going to be between 15th. Everything's going to be between 15th and 10th in that northern area of Lummis Park. Excuse me. In that northern area of Lummis Park, everything's going to be in that area. So between 10th and 15th in the sand, and there's all going to be all kinds of stuff going on. So come and visit us on Ocean Drive as well. The cafes are still extended into the street. Ocean Drive is still closed to vehicular traffic. It's very pedestrian friendly. It's a great time to come out, spend the day. And don't get don't come in a hurry or leave in a hurry, because it's going to take a lot of time to get in and out of the island.
Right. Is there a particular entry point like 10th Street, or you can go in wherever you like in between 10 and 15? Because I noticed
you can go. No, they're not going to do that this year. They're not going to do that this year. That was done for, groups of people that are coming just to party on the beach and everything else. They're not going to do that big corral. This is only the Air and Sea show, and they aren't going to have any programming done by the city this year.
Okay, so get there early. Starts at 11, finishes at 4 until 6. Expect some heavy traffic if you're going to and from the beach, particularly on Monday?
No, this is Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, both days.
Yeah. Saturday and Sunday is the Air and Sea show, the National Salute to America's Heroes.
Both days?
Air and Sea both days. Correct. Right. It's going to be really great, really fun. There's going to have some experiential things. There's some kids things going on as well. Very family friendly. So I think, and book a room. Why not?
Yeah, definitely. And then going on to Ocean Drive, has there been any further development on what's going on with Ocean Drive? They're going to keep it as such?
I have to tell you, the mayor has an Art Deco Cultural District panel. We are relabeling and branding the district as the Art Deco Cultural District. The panel has been working with Bernard Ziskovich, who has taken the past 6 months or so to come up with some conceptual ideas of how to reimagine the district, and the district being Ocean, Collins, and Washington. So Ocean, Collins, and Washington. So the entire district. And he recently made a presentation to that last Friday. And the ideas are really out of the box and lovely. Reimagining Ocean Drive to maybe a hybrid of a little bit of vehicular traffic, which is Uber and Lyft. We have 35 hotels and baggage and people that want to be able to be dropped off at the door. And the idea of starting the park right at the front door of the hotels, incorporating Ocean Drive as part of the park, Raymond Jungles, maybe even expanding some of the sand and making that more green space, having these beautiful pods throughout Lummis Park so that the setups for activations can be quick and easy with an infrastructure already in place. So, I mean, the ideas are just really phenomenal and transformative. You'll see more of that. I think I'm going to present it at Tourism and Hospitality next month. The commissioners are going to start meeting and really focusing on what they can do as far as putting these concepts into action. It's a long process, of course, but the GeoBond money is there to redo Ocean Drive. There's some GeoBond money for Lummis Park. There's some other funding that's going to go into it, but we're going to need all the stakeholders, the industry, the property owners, the residents, all to participate in this new community development. But things are moving and I'm very excited about it.
Okay, then have they figured out how to get people in and out of the hotels that have front doors facing Ocean Drive?
So the bigger one is the Ziskovich. That's the big vision picture. We're talking about getting electric golf vehicles. And I know we've studied it a little bit. We got a proposal from like the Freebie company. They already are working with hotels with a radio. They have an app. So I would see sometime after Memorial Day weekend, probably, where they have a little bit more clear space, not so much congestion. They are able to maybe do a pilot project, but definitely it's in the works to do something quick, sooner rather than later. And I know that's important to the hotels and the concierges, so I'll keep you posted on that.
Okay, cool. And then as of late, we since our last call, we did see that the Miami Beach City Commission had imposed a 2 a.m. alcohol curfew of sorts. How's that going? And what I understand it's going on until December.
It's going on until December. It's a pilot project. They're going to be having an Art Deco Cultural District workshop, which was part of that. If you're going to do the rollback to 2 a.m., what else comes with that pilot project? What are we going to see between now and December, right? So the 2 a.m. is between now and December. I think there's data and there's information and then there's reality. There are actually 40 to 50 places that have 5 a.m. liquor license, but there are only 4 locations on Ocean Drive that actually have 5 a.m. operating hours, right? You're always going to get the 5 a.m. license because it only costs you $100 and you never know when you can use it. Are you really open till 5 a.m.? The fact is only 4 places on Ocean Drive are actually going to have been rolled back till 2 a.m. So I don't think it's going to be the big significant change that they suspect. And remember, the MXE district does not include Washington Avenue or south of 5th or Collins Park, none of those places, which actually have other venues that open till 5 a.m. Story,
It's only Ocean Drive, solely Ocean.
Only Ocean and Collins. And Collins doesn't really have a nightlife scene. It might be a couple of hotel lobby bars.
Story on the south side of Collins. Would that apply or no?
We have a lot on what? Oh, but that's on the south side of 5th Street.
Okay.
It's not. Story's not within there. Right.
Got it. Okay. So if it's south of 5th, it's excluded. It's only Ocean.
It's between 5th and 16th on Collins and 5th and 15th on Ocean Drive. And it's only Ocean and Collins. So really, the most significant difference that you're going to see are the 4 on Ocean Drive, which is Mango's, Ocean's 10, the Clevelander, and I think the Voodoo Lounge,
Okay. All right.
But we'll see. I think that the workshop is going to be key. I think there's going to be thresholds that they're going to measure. I think the police are going to look at, has this really affected the crime rate or not? So it's a good pilot to do till December so they can see, is this really the significant change that needs to happen for this district? Or are there other things that we also have to look at? And I think there are other things that you have to look at as well.
Yeah, because of the traffic and so on and so forth.
The traffic, the open container, the liquor stores, packaged liquor, that type of thing, that is really contributing, I think, to a lot of the congestion. A lot of the crime happens well before 2 a.m., well before 11 p.m., right? So, I mean, really kind of look at the cause and effect.
Got it. Now, this weekend, I was on South Beach for the wine and food show. I did see a heavy police presence, both Miami Beach and Metro-Dade. Was that because just of the wine and food, or is that going to be an ongoing thing every weekend for the duration? I assume this coming weekend for sure because it's Memorial Day, but should we expect that beyond Memorial Day weekend?
Well, high impact weekends, when we know there's going to be a huge event, right? Memorial Day weekend is a high impact weekend. We know a lot of people are coming out. They want to party. They want to have their families. It's a barbecue time. People are coming together for 3-day weekends. South Beach Food and Wine Festival, we knew there was going to be a lot of people out here. We still are a small island, so the congestion is real, and there's no place to kind of expand because we've got the ocean and the bay. So there's not really that much you can do. But I have seen a lot of cooperation. I think it has a lot to do with the new mayor, the county mayor, Mayor Danielle Levine Cava, who has been very supportive and cooperative and does understand that a great number of people come from the mainland to the island. So they're her residents as well. And so we're getting a lot of cooperation from the county.
Good. Well, all good stuff. Thank you very much for the information, Ceci. I know you got your hands full. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me. Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Now we have from SuperBlue, we have another individual. Let me go to my gallery speech. Here we go. And it's Olee Fowler. Olee, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. You want to go ahead and share your screen?
Yes. Let us
show us the video and PowerPoint.
Okay, so I have a quick video to show you guys and then walk you through, a little presentation about the space. So here, first and foremost, is the video. The audio wasn't working on it, but you can still get the gist of the space.
But now we can hear the audio. Yeah, clear it through.
Okay, let's start that again.
Right.
So that's a little teaser video about us at SuperBlue. Just so you guys, I think video kind of tells the story in the best way. And yeah, so anyways, hi everyone, I'm Olee Fowler. I am the marketing manager at SuperBlue Miami. We're a brand new experiential art space in Alapata, Florida, 50,000 square feet. We just opened last Thursday was our first day in business. We are currently open daily 10 to 7 with extended hours on Friday and Saturday till 8 p.m. So the idea behind SuperBlue, the idea behind SuperBlue, basically we were co-founded by Mark Limsher and Molly I always screw up her name, apologies. Molly Dent Brocklehurst, who are two presidents from Pace Galleries. And basically, they've been in the art world for decades. They know the ins and outs of the art world. And they were seeing that a lot of the artists that they were working with were creating these like really beautiful, immersive, interactive art pieces that there really wasn't anywhere to showcase. So that's where SuperBlue kind of came into play. As you can see, the space is rather large, but you need a lot of space to do that. So SuperBlue was created a couple years ago with that in mind, to do kind of a new experiential art center, first of its kind. And we opened up with Every Wall is a Door. It's our first show at SuperBlue Miami. We are a permanent space. We have a 20-year lease here in Miami, Florida, so we're around for the long term. And our first show showcases Ez Devlin, Team Lab, and James Terrell, which I'm going to walk you through a little bit of those artists. But I fully encourage everyone to come and check it out because that's the best way of experiencing it. So Team Lab, they have the largest footprint in our space. It's about 10,000 square feet of just their installation. If anyone has traveled through Asia, they have a huge presence in Asia. They're based out of Japan, a Japanese art collective. And basically they're showcasing at SuperBlue Miami some of their greatest hits, if you will. So that is Between Life and Non-Life. And it's a play like, so the main gallery basically showcases their art piece Waterfalls and Flowers. And what's really cool about this is like, when you go in and experience, you're never going to see the same combination twice of the waterfalls and the flowers. So they purposely, they're always programming, they're always, updating. So if you'll have a different experience every time. And then we have a special area called Clouds, which actually this is the first time it's ever been seen in the world, really. And it's an immersive, you go in, you're wearing your goggles, and it's like walking on clouds. So this actually is an additional ticket here at SuperBlue. I believe the additional ticket is $12 on top of the general admission ticket. So you guys can see, and then it's like simulating walking through the clouds. It's very cool. It's very unique. There's nothing like it in Miami. So a few more photos. And then as you guys can see, more Team Lab. So this wall is actually interactive. So when you touch it, the flowers will sway with you. And then sometimes they'll like create new life around the hand. So as you can see right there, and then some more Team Lab. So that is like kind of our marquee piece. And then second is James Terrell, who is one of the legendary immersive artists in the world. He's been doing this since the 70s. He's kind of the grandfather of the movement, if you will. So he kind of his artwork plays with like light and sound and space. It's hard to describe beyond that without actually just going in there, but his piece, his Gansfeld, which this one is called Aku, really is meant to kind of disorient you and make you think. So you go in there, you're only in there with a handful of people, you explore all the different kind of colors and you really experience it. And it's really meant to kind of immerse you in that color, in that space, in that sound. So as you can see, I don't think the pictures do it justice. It's one of those that definitely need to be experienced. And that's James. And then finally, we have Forest of Us by Ez Devlin. She's actually the newest in the immersive art world. She's best known for her like stage design. Actually, she works with some of the biggest names in the music world. She actually most recently designed the stage for The Weeknd for his Super Bowl performance in the beginning of the year. but she's worked with Kanye West, Pharrell Williams, Beyonce, Adele, you name it. So hers is a large scale mirror maze, which is probably my favorite piece, but I love them all individually, and kind of the most wow worthy. So there you go. It's multi-floored. It's 3 floors, and as you can see from this, you experience the forest of us. So this is just one of the few kind of places that we've been mentioned, New York Times, Miami Herald, ArtNet. But in addition to those 3 pieces, we actually have a suspension program in our lobby by Studio Drift that was just installed. And then we also have a forthcoming Blue Rider Cafe that will be outside, that will be serving tapas style food and drink, plus beer and wine. So you can kind of come and grab a bite before or after. We have a 5,000 square foot event space, white wall event space that's multi-use and has its own entrance. We have a private viewing room with different artworks from different Pace Gallery artists that we work with. And we also have a gift shop. So that's just a little sliver of SuperBlue Miami. I really hope you all can come and visit it sometime soon. Like I said, we're a permanent space. We are requiring masks on everyone still. We are doing time tickets every 20 minutes, and we're still very much limiting the capacity of our guest count. So, everyone can stay safe and, and feel comfortable in the space. But then what I say to people is, like, you really get the best experience because you're going in with a much smaller group. So you can really kind of have an intimate experience with art. So I'm happy to answer any questions you all might have. And thanks for having me.
Thank you, Olee. I have a few questions for you. What are your hours of operation?
10 to 7, and then we're to 8 p.m. on Friday and Saturday.
Okay, so 7 days a week, 10 to 7,
yeah, 7 days
all the way till 8 Friday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then what is you mentioned is $12 an additional general admission. What is a general?
So our tickets start at $34. If you buy them online, it's a few dollars cheaper to buy them online versus walking up. And I would fully encourage people to buy them online because we are selling out time slots. So right. Like I said, there are limited capacity. So I would encourage people to, make sure they book their ticket in advance. Okay.
Peak times would be weekends, weekdays, all over. It doesn't.
Yes. I'd say we've only been open a couple of days, but certainly our weekends are selling out quickly, and our evening time slots. And then I'd say it's a little quieter, like Monday through Wednesday.
Okay, perfect. And then as far as parking, I see that you're a big warehouse. Where do you have?
Yeah, so there's actually ample parking in the area, street parking, but we also have valet on site. We're across the street from the Rubel collection, so we share valet with them.
Cool. Okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions for Olee? No one. You can either ask the question through the question answer Q&A or the chat. Nobody. No one. Okay. Well, thank you, Olee. You're welcome to continue with us. Now we are going to move on to a gentleman we saw last month under a different show, the Bayfront Jazz Festival, which happens to be an amazing success. We sent one of our winners there, and she took some amazing pictures, which we're going to share in our newsletter. But now he's here to represent one of my favorite bands, all-time favorite bands, the Black Eyed Peas. And I'm going to share the screen now, Manuel, so you can tell me when to move through. Do you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, let me open it up for everybody to see. There we go. And please take the stage and tell me when I have to move to the next slides.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the support of the Southern Florida Concierge Association for our previous event. So we are a small multimedia company, having its or integrated company, having its base here out Miami, funded by myself and my partner in France. What we do, it's producing, filming, concerts, movies. As you mentioned, I think we did the jazz festival last month, and for 2 days, and we brought people like Chucho Valdez, Roy Ayers, and I think we are enjoying doing that, and we want to repeating in a more regular basis. So this time we have the legendaries of Black Eyed Peas who are coming for their first concert since their I think platinum album translations has been out, and that will be also the first concert they did since 1 year and a half. So they are super excited. That will be at the same location that the Jazz Festival in Bayfront Park and the FPL Solar Amphitheater. This is an open venue. We are allowed now to have full capacity, so we do hope that I think it's all the Miamians will come and enjoy the Black Eyed Peas. So that will be a unique show, a one-off. We have surprises, of course. We hope that I think it's some of the people they sang with will come on stage, and will be like 90 minutes of magical music that as they always perform. They are very excited and to come here and do this show. The show will be also live stream. This will be something that had never been done before, because it will be like a multi-views with 6 different 4K HDR10 cameras, and viewers will have the choice with the angle and the story that they want to see. This will actually be aired 1 week later because of the complexity of the technology, and so the Miamians will see the show before anyone, and we are I think it's not allowing cell phones inside, so I think there will be no image or footage online for the streaming, and yeah, so I think it's more or less what I wanted to add, and I think it's I'm super excited, and as well as you, Miguel, because I know that you are a fan. We requested them to do a short message for all of you for the association, so we do hope to get it by this week, and I think we may share it before the concert and before the and before I think the next session with all your members.
Cool, thank you. We'll put it on our website and send it on social media. Did you want us to move to the next slide, or you're all set?
Oh, I think I'm set. I think it's I think so. Okay. So yeah.
So the concert's June 4th, Bayfront Stadium. You can get the tickets at the Bayfront. It's the Bayfront FPL Solar Amphitheater. Now, tickets available through Ticketmaster or
Ticketmasters, and I think it's or to beplive.com. But actually, I think it's the same. So yes, they are available at Ticketmasters for the in-person concert. Yes.
Cool. And then you're live streaming it, but it'll be shown a week later. Is that going to be free of charge, or there'll be a cost for the live stream fee?
No, there will be a cost, and that will be worldwide. So for all the people that have not been able to come to Miami or are not able to come, they will be enjoying, as I said, this special multi-view stream. And and we have, I think, a very talented, also a Miami-based director called Kevin Lane, who shoot videos for JLo, Shakira in the past. So I think it's it will be something very interesting.
Cool. And what's the cost of the live stream, and where do they go to see it?
The basic live stream is for high definition is $10. There is $30 if you want to have like the HDR 4K and multi-views, and then there is also a meet and greet for $80. So they are limited. I don't know the limitation, but they have few tickets, and yes, there is a possibility to interact with the band.
Cool. So on the live stream, so you can do it in person for $80 in addition to your ticket, but how would you get to the live stream? Do you have to go to Melrose Media to find the live stream?
It's the same. It's beplive.com.
Okay. And I assume that's here somewhere that we can share.
I'm not sure. It's beplive.com. Yeah.
Okay, you can share it with them. Perfect. Thank you very much, Manuel. Now we're ready for the raffle tickets because I did promise tickets. Did you come up with a question, or should I use one of my questions?
Oh no, I think you have one. But I'm sure that you know the band better
Okay.
than I am.
So let me pull out of the shared stop screen. Hold on. Let me get right to the regular screen. Okay. Everybody, look at your chat box because you have to respond in order to be eligible for these tickets. As I promised, and I'm a man that keeps to my word, we're going to be giving you tickets away for June 4th. You will be in the company of the Black Eyed Peas, will.i.am and company. So who are going to be the winners? The question is the following. If you remember, some time ago, the Black Eyed Peas did a particular show in the windy city of Chicago for Oprah Winfrey, and they did a flash mob. What was that year? Go ahead, first one to respond. What was a year that was happened? Hold on, somebody did in the Q&A. Okay, that's no, nobody. Nobody yet. Nobody yet. Anybody? What was he? I'm sure everybody's Googling it right now. I can guarantee they're all Googling it. What was the year that the Black Eyed Peas did the show for? Let me see. No one's. See, open. There we go. 2010. Rachel. 2010. Rachel, Carly, and Gary. So we got 2010 is correct. Congratulations. You know, I'm feeling good. Like I told you, it was my birthday, so I'm in a giving spirit. All three of you are going to go to the concert. So we'll reach out to all three of you. Get your tickets. Rachel, let me write these down so I don't forget, because with my age, my hair and my memory go to hell. Let's see. And Gary, perfect. We will reach out to you via email. Make sure you open your calendar June 4th for the Black Eyed Peas. Manuel, thank you very much for your
thank you for having me. Thank you
everyone that participated. And now we move on to the lovely Gisela Marti with all the information on South Florida and what it has to offer. So Gisela, the mic and camera are yours, please.
Hey, thank you, Miguel, and hi to everybody here on the call. And great content, Manuel and Olee. You all are many reasons why people want to come here, right? So we thank you for that, because you're really inspiring potential visitors to want to come here and either check out SuperBlue or go check out the Black Eyed Peas. So we're really looking forward to that. So great stuff. So I'm going to try and share my screen here, and hopefully the technology gods are with me. So are you seeing my screen, Miguel?
They are.
Okay.
They are.
All right. Okay. Super. So I just have a very brief update for all of you, just in terms of how our industry is doing. And apologies, I think there's like a small delay here. Let me try and.
They're moving? No?
The slides are like not moving. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
There it goes. Sorry about that. What we typically like to share with all of you is, how the specific metrics that we really are looking at on a daily basis. And here is our recovery index. And as a reminder to us all, this is always available to all of you. It's on our website on gmcbb.com/research. And this is, again, our recovery index, and it really gives you an overview of how we're doing. And, the top one is really our airport. And as we all know, many of our visitors come here on flights. And what this is really showing us over the last 90 days, and you kind of see this increase, right? So we are looking at right now 92% of the passengers when we are looking at versus 2019. So that's pretty phenomenal that, we are almost at 100% levels as we were prior to COVID, when we're looking back to our data 2 years ago. And then the next metric is hotel. And this is, demand and rooms sold. So, last week we hit a pretty important milestone that we hit the 100 mark. So right now we are seeing an overperformance to how we were doing 2 years ago today. So that is, again, phenomenal. So our hotels are doing really well. And then obviously dining, we measure that through Open Table. And if for those of you that are going out to restaurants, more and more people are going out, and we're kind of seeing this over indexing as well of people going to restaurants, more than 40% versus 2 years ago. So again, really good stuff. And then the last one is our attractions and museums metrics. And this one, as you can see, it spikes and then it plateaus a bit. But we're roughly about 52% when we looked at, this was very fresh as of yesterday, but you can go back and see, we were running in the high 70s, about a month ago. So, some really good things happening here. And this could be a little bit of an eye chart, but this is our hotel occupancy and how we've been doing, again, going back and comparing to 2 years ago. So if you follow the solid lines, the solid lines are really kind of showing you the current, this current year, and kind of these, what I call little marching ants is where we were 2 years ago. And what you can see is our hotel occupancy, as of May 9th to the 15th, which was our last weekend, you kind of see this closing of the gap, right? So we're almost getting to hotel occupancy levels from 2 years ago, which is really impressive and phenomenal. So you kind of see this trajectory of continued growth. And obviously, very important to our hotels is, the average daily rate, the ADR. And we are already seeing, for both Miami-Dade County, which is in the solid green, the city of Miami Beach, which is in the solid blue, and downtown Miami in this solid orange, we are already seeing overperformance to 2 years ago on ADR. We saw that in March, we saw that in April. And so you can kind of see where the solid line goes over these kind of like these dotted lines. So, again, our hotels are doing really, really well, and we're kind of seeing this continued demand. So that's terrific for us all. And I did want to share with you, here's what it's looking like the last 28 days by region. So, overall, I think what's very impressive is, we continue to still add rooms. So, if you see like the second column, the first column supply, you can kind of see what are the room supply by area in our community and kind of this change. So we continue to see this growth in supply, really across the board. I think that the exception is Coconut Grove here. But overall, really strong occupancy numbers, as you can see in that column, they go all the way from 70 to 81%. The ADRs are also, doing really well overall. There's some obviously areas, double-digit growth. So overall, I think, we're really in a good place. We continue to see positive momentum, and, we really to be encouraged, continue to be encouraged by what we're seeing. And just wanted to leave you with, obviously American, as you all know, they are our hometown airline. And I wanted you all to be aware that really for this summer, they are really, betting really big on Miami. And what we're seeing is they are almost to 2019, levels when you're comparing kind of their seats into our community from 2 years ago. So again, almost at 90% of the seats. So again, very, very impressive. And, I wanted to share with you kind of, where are these seats coming from? And we can still see overall domestically, it's about 2.4 million seats just in the summertime. This is from June to August. International is about 1.8. So then overall total seats, they've got 4.2 million seats coming in. And still almost 60% of those are coming from domestic markets. But international, we're seeing this small movement on the international side. In fact, this summer they're going to be introducing, two new cities, which are Tel Aviv, Israel, and Suriname and Paramaribo. So, and in addition to, they're still introducing more domestic service from Little Rock and Portland. So really, overall, some really great news in the case of American. I don't know if you saw the news yesterday. Emirates announced that they were launching new service into Miami beginning this summer in July. So they're going to start with 4 times a week. And if you're familiar with Emirates, they are they're a 4-star rated carrier. They operate very large aircraft, these 777s. So that you're looking at over 300 people on these flights. And this is a flight that's coming from Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. We currently are being served by Qatar. They serve us from Doha. So this really continues to open up more, this region in addition to India, because they're a big carrier for this part of the world. So again, really great news that, they're coming and they're going to be serving here. They were previously serving Fort Lauderdale, and they just decided to kind of move that operation to Miami. So looking forward to that. And then just a quick update on the cruise front, right? This one's been really hard for us to kind of follow. There's been so much news around cruise, as you probably all know. So, just yesterday, I think Royal Caribbean announced that they were going to go ahead and they received the approvals from the CDC to kind of begin these test cruises before they open up to passengers. But at the moment, this is what the lineup is looking like. So we've got, several brands that are restarting already. They're planning on a 4th of July, early July restart. So again, this continues to move around, but we're tracking this closely, and we're hopeful that they'll start cruising very, very soon. I know that our hotels have missed, cruise passengers at our property, so we hope to welcome that back soon. And just wanted to remind us all that we continue to have our Miami Shines tourism recovery programs, in earnest in general markets. And this is, happening every day. We're always on, like we say. So we've currently got some OTA bookings programs with hotels currently underway. We've got that active in market with Expedia and Travelzoo. Those are very big generators of visitors for us. We've got some of our great temptation programs coming up. Spa Month, Spice. Obviously there's more happening on the meetings front. Our convention center is now getting busier. Every month there's a program, there's some sort of conference happening at our convention center. So really, some really great things, up ahead. I did also want to share with you that earlier in the pandemic, we launched a Miami Eats program, which is in essence really to celebrate our restaurants in our community. So what we're doing now is kicking off next month is we are relaunching our program Miami Eats. And the intent behind this program is to really celebrate really all the restaurants. I think we all know Miami Spice and how wonderful that program is. In the case of Miami Spice, it's very specifically targeting really very fine, some of our finest restaurants. But our Miami Eats program is really intended to celebrate all of our culinary, programs, whether it's a food truck or a juice bar. So we are really, or maybe it's a mom and pop restaurant. So we really want to celebrate those. And we're going to do that. And every month we're going to celebrate and highlight certain, all these restaurants in different parts of our community. So we hope that you'll help lend your voice to promote this really wonderful program to our, visitors, because you can really find some really wonderful, authentic small restaurants in so many parts of our community. So we're hopeful that you'll help extend that message alongside with us. And then just finally wanted to leave you with some of the work that our communications team is doing is, generating positive stories about our community. And these are just a couple of examples and really very influential publications, which we all know, Travel and Leisure, Forbes and Epoch Times. So, really continuing to keep kind of this interest and inspiring potential visitors to come to our community. And then lastly, I wanted to be sure to make sure that you save this date. We hope to see you, Miguel, and many of us on this call. It's free. It's our partner planning workshop, and it's going to be held at the Intercon in downtown on July 30th from 8 to 2. But after that, we're going to also host a hospitality job fair. So that's going to happen after the event. So we hope that you will join us for that. The partner planning workshop is the opportunity where we hear from our partners and help us really plan and shape our programs for the following year. So it's really important if you can come out and join us. We'll properly feed you. And it's a great way to also reconnect and connect with many of us. So I'll make sure to share this presentation, Miguel, like I do with you, so you can share with everybody that's here. And you have my email contact. If you have any questions, throughout feel free to reach out and drop me a note. So again, thank you for your time and for being on this webinar and for tuning in every month to hear about, all the things that are happening in our industry. So thanks, Miguel. I'll give it back to you.
Thank you. I have actually just one question for you.
Yes.
You mentioned July 30th is a job fair. As you know, the governor or the state of Florida announced that June 26th is the federal assist, the $300 disappears in about 4 weeks time. So obviously that's going to ramp up all those people that are looking for jobs. And there's a lot of employers out there that are offering incentives as much as $1,000 to be employed at a particular entity, whether it be a restaurant or a hotel. My question is, have you heard of any job fairs that are coming up prior to July 30th?
I've not, no. But if we definitely do, we'll definitely let you know. But we thought it was very important, as you all know, it's a challenge. Currently, this is a big challenge for our industry, for our hotels and our restaurants. So how can we be a solution and maybe put this together? So we're still working through all the details. We have we're going to be partnering with an organization to help us. That's not really our wheelhouse. No. But we definitely, we have the space already booked at the hotel. So we thought, why not then do a job fair after we're done with our planning? So we're really excited about it. But we'll let you know if we find out about another one, Miguel.
Yeah, please. I think one of the things I've heard the most of is that obviously you've got 143% increase due to open table and dining, 102 in hotels, attractions a little lackluster, but everything is about service. And it's that impression that you get at the end when you leave. And I've been a restaurant patron a couple of times throughout the last few months, and it's a little bit frustrating because that the waiter or the waitress can only do so much because they're limited in the number of employees that they have, and waits could be an hour and a half, and you almost want to just get up and go, and it kills the whole experience of dining out. So you might as well just do takeout. So hopefully. I'm not saying that the $300 are not needed by anyone. By all means, if you need it, it's yours to take until June 26th, of course. But I think at the same point, and if I offend anybody, my apologies, it actually encouraged a lot of couch potatoes, for lack of a better term. People they're getting compensated by the federal government and the state government just to sit at home. So why go to work if you're going to get a decent amount of money just sitting at home? But that's all going to end. And when it ends, it's all going to end at the same time. And what's going to happen? Everybody's going to run to the jobs and there won't be any jobs to get. And then you won't have a fallback because that's over. You don't think you're going to survive off the $275 a week from the state of Florida if you even get it. Right. So we'll see.
It's a challenging
Thank you very much, Gisela, for a very informative. Yeah. Thank you very much for a very informative piece. Does anyone have any questions? I'm checking my chat and my Q&A panel. Nothing. All right. My clock shows just 10 minutes shy of the hour. So these closing remarks. We've been through some trying times, historical in nature. People will be reading about this for decades to come, and you live the history. These times have not defined us. They've only revealed our true potential. What we thought we were going through a year ago or 14 months ago and where we are now, I guarantee you are two totally different aspects. Me personally, I didn't know how I was going to get through it, but we did it. Somehow we did it. We stuck together and we did it. One of my favorite sayings that I read just recently, and it's embedded in my mind, is change is a law of life. Those that look to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. And that was stated by John F. Kennedy, one of our past presidents of the United States. In addition to that, the future is what we make it. We can't change the past, we can only reference it. Let's make the future count. Our long extended vacation is now over. It's time to get back to work. So until next time, everybody, God bless, stay safe, and Gisela and everyone, Manuel, Gisela, Olee, and Ceci, thank you very much for the call and all those that participated. Until next week, bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Hello, and welcome to the SFCA podcast. Our goal is to inspire travel. We want to expose you to what Miami and South Florida has to offer, from Key Biscayne to Coconut Grove, South Beach to Calle Ocho, and everywhere in between. Miami is a vibrant city and offers a wide array of popular attractions and venues. Come join us.